So I'm José Bahout, I'm the director of IFI and an associate professor of practice at the Department of Political Studies at the UB. IFI was created, as you know, in 2006. It was aimed to replicate this pattern of policy centers that exist in universities outside, mainly in the US. The particularity of IFI, I would say, it's which distinguishes it from any other think tank in the world, mainly in the American world, the Anglo-Saxon work, is that it's a university-embedded think tank. So you have a huge luck being at a university. You have access to a pool of excellence, and the UB really has a pool of excellence in its faculty. We are trying to become a voice on the table for the policy debate, for the reforms, for this huge reconstruction site of the country, of Lebanon, especially today. Second, we're trying to show AUB's excellence to the outside world, outside the campus, if you want, both domestically, regionally, and internationally. And third, we are trying to lift IFI to the level of the, let's say, 100 big think tanks in the world that are participating in the debate and actively shaping the debate and the ideas about global governance, about sustainability, about international relations, multilateralism. Last year announced this three clusters structure that I'm trying now to fill. The first cluster is what we call the Sustainability and Inclusive Development cluster. It covers issues, as you said, like public health, like energy, like refugees, migration, like education. It's the political economy, the restructuring of the economy in Lebanon, the financial, let's say, recovery of the country. And here we work a lot with the Department of Economics, with the Department of Agriculture, with the Department of Education, with other departments also. And then we have the cluster on regional and international affairs that is a classical international relations, let's say, cluster, meaning examining Lebanon's place in the world, Lebanon's foreign policy, the Levant and the Gulf, Euromed issues, East Med issues, and then the question of contending and rising powers and the interplay between global powers and the Middle East and how this affects Lebanon. And then the third cluster, which was completely created from scratch, is the politics cluster. The idea was to say that, okay, public policy and the debate on international affairs happen in a political environment. So you have to understand the political environment of the country where we're living and of the region. If elections are happening in Lebanon, probably they will in June, July, we will be there to monitor these elections with a very ambitious project that we have started last week, IFI with Princeton University and the French Research Center in Beirut in order to monitor elections, to monitor electoral behavior, and then have a reflection on all this in a future forward-looking perspective. It has always been very difficult for scholars to be in the public debate. This is something I've lived and others have lived. Very often you could feel as a scholar or an expert as, you could feel useless, you could feel unheard, you could feel marginalized, you could feel sometimes ignored by the policy or the political level. However, a lot of it depends on the type of relation that you build with the other world. I mean, the personal network, the personal trust, and really making it obvious that you could be useful for them. And it's by really being very strict on, first of all, the quality of your research. A research is never objective, it's never impartial, okay? But the quality gives it impartiality or objectivity. Second, the evidence-based type of research. You are providing data, facts, evidence that is unmatchable and undiscussable for the policy level, and so they have to take it into account. And second, sometimes you have to understand that they also feel the need to have a dialogue with the knowledge producing community because they need, first of all, to popularize and socialize their ideas and their projects, but also they need to have a sounding board in this community. So I think that the job of a think tanker, and this is how I understand my job, is really to establish this bridge between these two words, in confidence, in trust, and in quality. No university in the Middle East can match or compete with AUB on that terms. I mean, the historical credential that it has built, the prestige, the history, the political history. AUB has been part of the manufacturing of political ideas and political actions in the Middle East for more than 60, 70 years. Politically, Lebanon is no more the only place where you can think, write, talk, where ideas can flourish. And now I think we can be very proud because we just created this School of Computing and Data Science, which is a forward-looking new shop at AUB that would help us enter into the world of AI and technology. AUB has, I would say, a privileged place in Lebanon. Lebanon has a privileged place in the region, but this is not given once and for all. You have to constantly fight and beware of keeping your place in this very fierce and very open competition, which is the competition of ideas, production, knowledge production, excellence, etc.